himself owns 1% of Microsoft. 1%. The second highest shareholder is Satya Nadella, who owns 0.012% of Microsoft. Google, Alphabet, Google. Google is owned by Larry Page and Sergey. Now, Larry Page is a combination of different people under him that collectively they own 45% Class B shares. One day we'll have time to discuss that. Then Sergey Brin, another co-founder, together owns Class B shares 42%, a group of people. The highest shareholder as a person is Sundar Pichai, who is Class A and C that owns 1%. Notice, it's not the real name that you have been hearing that owns Google that owns 1%. Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, owns only 9% of Amazon and is the only founder, not co-founder, only founder, 9%. The second highest owner owns 0.02%. Mark Zuckerberg, owner of Meta, Facebook, Instagram, and Google, owns only 13.6%. Broadcom, Henry Samueli, owns only 0.34% of his company, 0.34, could do 1%. Tesla, Elon Musk, owns only 12.8% of the company. Walmart, now owned by the whole family, is owned by the Walton family, is 45.7%. But the highest shareholder, Doug McMillan, owns only 1% of the company. Oga, what are you doing holding on to 100% that you don't have money? You need to think of, listen, I am not saying go and give out 90% and you collect 1 million. You and the 90% you gave out and the 1 million you collected, all of you are broke. Then your poverty is raining like railway. No. I am saying you need to build something valuable, let the valuation be good enough, then look for who will be your equity partner that you will get funds. Dreams and ideas without money is the dream, you know. You go explain tire in Nigeria terms, you go explain tire. Na person wey pass exam na no book. In business, na person wey in business make money na no business. You can stay there and be shouting, do you know what I know? Do you know what I know? Do you know how many books I have read? If there is no fruit of the knowledge, Baba, you don't know anything. What you know is nada, zero. Until what you know is translated into money, in real terms, in business, what you know is nothing, nada, nothing. So, for you to turn those operations into assets, see, I have had the opportunity of talking with some ogas at the top. I have been privileged. And I have realized that some of the people you think, oh, rich men, when we start this, I'm like, Baba, now they like 5% of this company, Baba get to. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. One day you will also grow and be investing in other people's business. One day you will also grow and invest in other people's business. You need your business to grow so that you will make money for your money to work for you. Right now you are working, but the money you are making is commensurate to your strength. That is not result, that is suffering. If I plant one maize seed and the maize seed gives me one maize seed, it has not multiplied, that is death. If you are working and your result is equivalent to your strength, you have not multiplied, the maize is better than you. Sperm is better than you. Yes, one sperm is a cell, one egg is a cell, the two of them come together, they form millions of cells in a human being. See that multiplication. But for your energy to be translated and multiplied, it needs money. You don't need to love money, but you need money for your dream to see life. I know they will tell you, oh, if you want to build, you don't need money. No, you can start without money, but you cannot grow it without money. You cannot expand it without money. Even men of God need money for the gospel to move. Salvation is free. Gospel is not cheap. Abi? The pastor that wants to do crusade, he not go rent the ground, he not go bring chair, he not go bring microphone. So you need money, but you need something valuable to get equity to build. Just imagine how your business will change, and they come and tell you and they say, oh, somebody wants to invest $1 million. Thank you, my oga. Salvation is free, but you need to buy Bible. Oh. Let me tell them. Bible not dey free. Anointing oil not dey free. Mantle, some people are here laughing. Mantle not dey free. I don't even get what I'm trying to explain. I'm not trying to mock religion. I'm sure we understand that. I'm just trying to make you see that when you are building something valuable, all these ones that you are doing, take 1 million to get 100K, take 2 million to get 50K, you are not growing. You are working for the person borrowing you money. But when you get equity, you have now started growing your business. There is a Yoruba adage that says that however jopolo, ka jopolo to leyin. Meaning, if we want to eat frog, let's eat frog that has eggs, that is pregnant. So, as a business owner, for you to turn your operations to assets, see, notice, it is your business they are investing in. It is your operations that investor has seen and realized we can put more money here to make way more money. And if we can put more money here to make way more money, they are putting that money into your operations. But you see, that operation, what is equity? Equity is you are giving out part ownership of your company to collect money. Many a time, some venture capitalists or venture investors don't even want to be involved in how you run the company. They don't really want to be involved. They just want to know that this business can be profitable. That's just what they want to know. Imagine right now you are doing egg. Let's take an example. You are doing eggs. And you are doing eggs very well. So well, like too well. Somebody will now come and say, wow, we can see that every week you are selling out 50-50 crates of egg. You know it's not a lot. You now say, and I have some money. Oh. You are not thinking, okay, if I can get 10 million. Okay, if I can get 10 million, they are like, so how much will you give me as returns? Okay, I don't want to give returns. If I can get 10 million, I'll give you 5% of this company. But in 3 years, okay, if I am not able to give you, let me give you an example. I want to explain to you how we do equity. Give me 10 million. In 3 years, I will give you maybe 20 million back. You know, it sounds outrageous. But if within 3 years, I am not able to give you 20 million back, you will own 50% of the company. Now, think about it. As the owner of that company, do you want to lose 50%? No. But you see, the strategy is you want to ensure that you are productive enough for somebody with more money to come. When the person with more money now comes and they start talking to you, you are now able to say, Oga, I have a debt of 20 million that I am carrying. So if you are going to be a part of us, I have increased my assets. Our valuation is now 25 million. Give me 100 million. I will use 20 million to settle that person. We can now have a deal where I give you 150 or 200 million in 5 years or in 3 years. If not, Oga, the agreement I had with that person, you will not get it, of 50%. This is what we do to grow. You keep doing this again and again till you finally meet the person that has maybe 300 million, 500 million to put in your company. That have 500 million to put in your company. Can the shares be sold by the time? Yes, you can decide to sell outrightly. But what I am saying is, do not sell for peanuts. Instead, use the peanut as a leverage to increase your value. So that by the time you want to sell, By the time you sell, you know that you are not selling to be arguing with being broke. Professional gardener, good evening, sir. You are selling and being comfortable to build. Not that you have sold and you are still thinking, ọpẹ́ Lord o, kí la máa ṣe o, kí lélẹ́yìí o, what shall we do o? 2, do not accept any equity option that does not increase your growth by at least 20%. Am I making any sense? Thank you for the feedback. So that way you have now built your equity. Now, level 3. I'm trying to show you how we create wealth using agriculture. Because people visit at times, they'll be like, Sam, how did you grow? And I tell people, I am an open book. How I grew is not a secret. The problem is a lot of people are not willing to go through the school of hard knocks. Did everything work out as planned at some point? No. I know you took some things from the fridge. Bye. Did everything work out as planned? No. But for every mistake, there was a backup quickly to cover up. Then the third level of building wealth. So remember, we started by evaluating the business so we know what to do so that we can get people to come in and start offering us money, but we now offer them equity as a bait. We give them a loan, but convertible loan. If I cannot pay your loan within this period, I turn it to equity. So that as the owner of the business, you don't want to lose your business for that chicken change. So that becomes the motivation. Then we now enter equity building. Notice I did not call it equity funding. It is equity building because you are using the equity to build. You are using the equity to build. One day I will have time to teach you the different types of shares, how to dilute shares in a way that you are still very legally protected and you are not illegal in any way. Then level 3 is now diversification. Diversification. You cannot kill yourself on the farm. You are a farmer. All your money will not come from the farm. Because you see, as you begin to build equity, your equity is coming up, your equity is getting bigger and all of that, you are making more money. You need to start diversifying your funds. You need to start spreading your risk. All your money cannot come from one place. It could mean you investing in other startups. When I say you, I mean your business. So as you are taking in the big money, you start diversifying into other portfolio. As a farmer, your first investment should be land, not house. Your first investment should be land. Start buying lands. Go and study the story of Bill Gates. It's online. It's not a thing that is a secret. You say I'm the one that said it. It's online. Bill Gates owns, let me see how much, what is the size of land he owns now? Size of land owned by Bill Gates right now. In America, Bill Gates owns 275,000 acres of land. Check it out. Bill Gates owns 275,000 acres of land, meaning his land is larger than Luxembourg, that is a country. His land is a combination of New York and Chicago combined, if we could combine them. But you know him for tech. Why is it important to invest in land? Somebody has said it. Thank you for saying it. Land is the only resources that you cannot recreate. Land is the only resources you cannot recreate. I can say I don't like the house, I pull it down. God or nature is not creating more land. Nature is not creating more land, at least for now. So the first thing you want to work on is own land. If you like, plant trees on the land. Start diversifying. Next is enter real estate. Enter real estate. Start building the houses. Remember what I said before. Get people to start buying the houses around you. I remember I was watching the documentary of Domino's. Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza. I was watching their story. The owner of Domino's. And I remember while watching his, okay, it wasn't a story, he was having a conference that I opportuned to see a video of the conference. Not I didn't attend, but I saw a video of the conference. And while he was teaching, he asked the audience, what business are we into? And before he asked, he said, the question I want to ask, majority of you will fail it. Then he asked, what business are we into as Domino's Pizza? And in my mind, I'm like, what kind of a dumb question is that? I mean, we all know what they are into now. I mean, pizza, food. And he made a statement that shocked me. The man said, we are into real estate. And I said, what do you mean you are into real estate? Like, we know Domino's Pizza. What do you mean you are into real estate? Well, somebody has even answered too. That song has answered that they are into real estate. Thank you, that song. That's somebody that is very enlightened. And the man explained and said, not the franchise, now, not those ones we have in Nigeria are franchises. He said, the real Domino's Pizza, they do not rent buildings. He said, anywhere we want to establish, we buy the building. He said, because we buy the building, we generate so much buzz in that area. He said, because of that, people, he said, there was a thing he said, when they are looking for where to stay, he said their first target is somewhere around residential. He says, not so residential, but not too commercial. And he said, the reason for that is when they get that place, because of the buzz, the landlord that owns the houses around starts losing tenants. So they want to sell their property, but those properties are now undervalued, so they can buy it. Then by the time they buy it, they start looking for businesses that are looking for where to rent, because this is Domino's. They start renting out. Think about it. He said, but when they want to start renting out, it is now seen as a commercial area. If you live in Lagos, when I watched that, it made perfect sense to me. Because there is a part of Lagos called Ogudu. That Ogudu GRA, that Ogudu Expressway, that used to be residential. And I just started realizing how different eateries came in, and gradually, yes, Boku is another one following that pattern today. How gradually that whole place became commercial. Churches in Nigeria are using the same system. They come in, they are first small, they make a lot of noise. Before you know what is happening, people are like, church noise is too much. So church starts buying the property. Next thing, the church opens a microfinance bank. So there is a church, there is a bank, there is a school. They make the area commercial. Diversify. As your business begins to grow, diversify. Diversify. It allows you to buffer. Yes, Gender is doing the same thing. It gives you a buffer, because when your sector is not sectoring, you can make money from other sectors to augment. Diversify. Study the story of Julius Berger last year and last 2 years when they had issues. It was a Greek that helped Julius Berger out. They diversified. Do you know most of the big companies that you think you know, do you know they have a farm? Let me not start calling their names. Do you know, at least for some of them have consulted for their farms. Do you know they have farms? They are not just loud about the farm because that is not what you know them for. You that is a farmer, you want to put all your investment on the farm and die on the farm? Once you start all of that, you thank you. Let me not call their name. Start diversifying your funds. Once you have done diversification, level number 4. Level number 4. So index your fund, know how much goes to your diversification and all of that. Level number 4. Tax optimization. Tax optimization. I'll give you a gist. I will give you a gist. There is SUV. I'm not too much of a car person. SUV, to find their name, weighing more than 6,000 pounds. I want to remember the name of the car. I'm trying to. There's this car, this Mercedes they drive in. This SUV Mercedes that is very expensive. No, I can't call everybody's name. Some people will not sue me because they didn't send me message. I'm trying to remember the name of this SUV. G-Wagon. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. No, the G-Wagon. Do you know why? I'm trying to look for a way to say this because people will be shocked. Do you know why rich people drive big cars? Do you know why? Do you know why rich men drive those big G-Wagon? Escalade. Which other one again? You know, I say I don't know cars. I already confess I don't know cars. It's not about respect. No. It's not about prestige. Tundra. It's Tundra, so the car needs to weigh above 6,000 pounds. Does Tundra weigh 6,000 pounds? Let me be sure. Tundra weight. Does Tundra weigh 6,000 pounds? No, Tundra does not qualify. Tundra weighs below 6,000 pounds. I am saying those big cars that are it's not to network with rich people. It is not about status. And notice there is a law. Go and Google it. There is a law that if your car weighs between 6,000 pounds to I think 11,000 pounds, and you use that car for 50% of your work related thing, it allows you to take it out as tax deductible. As a matter of fact, according to the law, you can deduct as much as $31,000 to $75,000 from your tax because you use that kind of car. Think it. You think the car is for show off? No, Baba. The car is to help you reduce your tax. You think the car is to show big boys. So when they are going to meeting, you will notice their driver has a log where they write how many kilometers they drove per day, per time. It is tax optimization. The rich do not avoid tax. They understand how to play around with tax. You don't. This happens in the UK, in the US. The Nigerian law just amended that to try to remove it. Because you will see them when they become big. They have like 15 cars. Everything is big cars. And you are thinking, wow, see the big cars that these guys are riding. They must be showing off. But 10 of those cars times $43,000. Can you hear? What do you think that is? They are not loopholes. If I have time, I will teach you about that in the future. Why those kind of cars get those tax deductions. I will teach you that in the future, why it had to. It is not a loophole. It is just that you have not gotten enough finance. Thank you. That is why you see farmers overseas drive big cars. Hummers that Nigeria celebrities use as Awani, what's it called? Rich people, Awani celebrity. Hummers abroad are used by farmers. It's Nigeria that a car that they use as tuke as a Uber, that in Nigeria we call it big boy car. There is something called, have you heard of 401k? Have you heard of 401k? Because I can give you many examples. Why do you think once a business starts making money, you take your headquarters to places like Switzerland, to places like Qatar, to places like Saudi? Have you not noticed that almost all your rich men in Nigeria today have their company registered in Saudi or in Dubai or in Qatar or in UAE or something? Why? These are countries where you can pay 0 naira on tax. As long as you give 51% of the company to a what's it called? A national. So people are not getting it. Because remember that you will need to take your profit to whichever home country you say is the country where the headquarters is. Which is why the government has decided to say, no, we need you to pay some of your tax here. Don't take it back. When I say nationals, meaning if you want to go and establish your company in Qatar or in Saudi, a Saudi citizen, if you want to benefit from the zero tax, should own 51% of the company according to their law. And you are not making any loss. That is a story for another day to teach you why that is beautiful or why you are losing nothing. Why you are losing nothing. Tax optimization. It is tax optimization. How do they achieve that? It is their law. It is tax optimization, not by marriage, not marriage. When I say by nationals, you are starting the company, a co-founder. You know, it's a company you are starting there. The co-founder will be their national. You just sign paper. Oga, you own 51%, I own 49%, signed, otiton. A citizen, not marriage. I don't say marry. Another way we do tax, or you can do tax optimization, is by having corporate social responsibility. CSR. CSR. It is not risky, auntie. Or uncle, I don't know who is asking if it's not risky. It is not risky. You are still an owner. They are not going to drive you away. They are not trying to help you run your company. That's a different story. Let me not digress. CSR is another good way people use in tax optimization. You can't fall out with the co-founder because the co-founder does not care about the company. They just care about what you pay them monthly or what you have agreed to pay them as dividend annually. They are not coming to help you run. I can tell you for free, if you have friends, brothers, uncles, aunties, or you yourself travel to all these Arab countries, you will not find a national easily that is poor. Hardly. Because the country uses that to take care of their people. I know nationals that earn over $15,000-$20,000 per month and they do nothing. They just own in different companies. What today? Let's go and chow. I'm addressing it for somebody I'm doing now, but you need to grow. You cannot be optimizing where you are broke. No, can I optimize? When you have a CSR, let me give you an example. At least this one was public. Alhaji Dangote, remember the time he said he wanted to do the road? Can you remember? And the government said, no, if you do the road, what we are losing is too much. What was he trying to do? If he does the road, that is a CSR. Abi? That CSR that he has done becomes a tax deductible. Because he has used his money to do the road once, it's like a loan. Because it is like a loan, if he spent 50 million naira, or no, 50 million is too small. If he spent 500 million naira to do loan, he can tell them, because of this thing that I am doing, it's an agreement to give me a tax deductible of 1.5 billion. It is accepted under the law. Once the government agrees and he does it, his 500 million naira investment on road becomes 1.5 billion tax deductible. I'll give you another example. I'm not sure I got your question so much. I'll give you another example. Some of us on this life are Christians. You go to church, Abi. When you go to church, you pay offering. Abi, what is offering according to the law? Offering according to the law is charity. The issue is that offering that you are paying in church, that offering that you are giving in the mosque, number one, was given by you as an individual, not in the name of your company. Because it was not given by the company, it is not a corporate social responsibility. So it cannot be deducted from your tax. You see the error you have been making. But if that money left from your company account as a transfer to your church, to your mosque, to your shrine, written donation, it is tax deductible. Do you see why the rich men and all, they give a lot to religious organizations? It's not just a love for God, it's a tax optimization skill. Two, you must give it to a religious body that is accredited as a registered NGO that qualifies for to give you for tax deduction, that qualifies, because not all of them qualifies, but they won't let you know. A way to understand that is not every church qualifies to give you wedding certificate, very few. Because if they qualify, remember, those of you that are old Christians, you know that those days when you go to church, you used to write they will give you an offering booklet to write what you gave as offering, what you gave as tithes. The reason for that officially, why that thing started in the past. How can we get the list of accredited church? Now me, you go ask that what I pass my own. If you go back and check, the reason why they used to take not attendance, why they used to have that tithe booklet, offering booklet, it is supposed to be when I give, you sign. When it is time to pay tax, I can show with proof. This is what I gave to the church. This is the transfer. This is the church signing. This is the proof. So if I gave 1 million, if let me look for a way to explain that, because there is a caveat. You can only use that, I think, to get up to 25% deduction of your tax. If you gave up to 10%, meaning your tax supposed to be 1 million. But you have proof that you 100K, you can get 250K written off, just like that. So you only pay 750K, which means as a company, you have gained 150K by giving the church 100K. That is tax optimization. And there are lots and lots and lots that I can't talk about. But there are lots and lots and lots that you can do to optimize your business. You see, it is easy to create wealth. It just takes time and intentionality. You have mastered. There is what's the other one I'm trying to remember? Oh, I can't remember the name also. Because there is a level your business gets to as a CEO, you stop collecting salary. No, you stop collecting salary. You now put there's a name they call it, where you put your family as what's the name they call that? You put yourself and your family expense on the company, then you just get an allowance. Legally acceptable, which means you no longer have to pay tax. Yes, it works in Nigerian law. Were we not all alive? How many of us heard the news when they said the highest giver to Christ Embassy this year or last year was Elon Musk? Go and check how much did Elon Musk pay for tax. Check now, the thing was listed openly now. How much did Elon Musk, let me see, for tax in 2024? It was listed openly now. People were like, this, blah, 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 blah. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, they have not made that one available yet. You know, there was somebody's one they made available. Just somebody, so there was one rich man, so they made available, the people were shouting. Okay, Elon Musk was a nickname, okay. The people were like, why is this person not paying so much in tax? I'm like, no. Thank you for the clarification that it was just a nickname. Let me see. The people were shouting, why would he not pay so much in tax? I'm like, could he pay? Let me see. Let me go for older years. Sorry, they've corrected me that it was not Elon Musk. Sorry, thanks for the correction. Okay, let me use Donald Trump. In 2022, in 2020, the year 2020, remember that Donald Trump is a rich man, no? Sure, you know Donald Trump is a rich man, Abi? And in 2020, Donald Trump paid $0 in tax. Zero in tax. Zero. He was meant to have paid $1.1 million. Then he now said his stuff has started dwindling because he's not on salary. So it is from what they give him as allowance that he will say he's paying from. What if there is nothing coming? But his lifestyle is maintained by the company. Why do you think rich men take private jets? Why? That's the whole conversation for another day. Then finally, because we've already spent 1 hour, yes, we've already spent 1 hour. I know I don't like my class passing 1 hour. Finally, is your exit strategy. Exit strategy. You cannot run your business forever. You cannot be CEO till death. Abi? You can't run it forever. For exit strategy, you have two options. Option one, you are either building a company that will be acquired. Yesterday I talked about acquisition and mergers. You are either building a company that you will sell at the end, option one, or option two, you are building a company with succession plan in mind. If you search through my YouTube page, I have taught about succession, how to build succession and all of that. Check my YouTube page. I've taught about that extensively. So, two things. As you begin to build, have two things in mind. I am either building a company that will be sold, or I am either building a company or a company that will go to whomever I need it to go to. Have that in mind. My YouTube page is just search my name, Samson Ogbole, for my Samson Ogbole, and you will see it. So, as you build, think deep. Am I building for a company I will sell, or am I building for a company that will go to somebody else? If there is no key man in charge, if there is no key man in place to take over my sweat, then I should start looking for a premium price that I can sell the company, so that I can put the money into something else. So, thank you for joining. Tomorrow we will take the last part of the conversation, how to implement roadmap and measurement. My channel is Samson Ogbole on YouTube. Tomorrow by 8 p.m. we would continue implementation of roadmap and measurement. How do you do your implementation? We will take it step by step, and we will be done with building business resilience. Thank you all for joining. From TikTok, over 70 people. Wow. From YouTube, 30 people. That is like a lot. Thank you. We are not proud. On Instagram, 14 people. Thank you that you don't look at my bad character, that I am not always online to say, this one not this serious. You go come today and not come for like 1 month. Thank you for not looking at our bad character. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It's been an honor having us. Tomorrow I'll take time to answer questions. I'll try and finish earlier tomorrow so that I can answer our questions. My apologies that I was carried away today, that I didn't get to do questions and answers. But tomorrow I will do Q&A. Thank you. You can check the YouTube page, like I said. You would be able to get all the stuff that I've done before. 8 p.m. tomorrow. Have a great night. Thank you. And for everybody that gave me gift on TikTok, thank you. Thank you, everybody that gave me gifts. I'm seeing 2/19. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Tell a friend and a friend that tomorrow we'll be here to discuss the final part of building resilience in your business. Notice we started from building resilience gradually to creating wealth. So tomorrow we want to look at now how to implement what we have been saying. I would advise, if you can, check the older video so that tomorrow doesn't look like one saw, oh, I'm lost. Have a great night. God bless you.